am Lily. Today I'm going to read you a story. Guess what it is? Reading it level 3A. Guess what it is? Okay, let's read it. Guess what? Guess what it is? Guess what it is? Okay, let's read it.
Guess what it is?
Nelson's New Game, Chapter 1. Nelson was tired of playing handball. Who wants to play a different game? He asked his friends. I've got a new game. It's called Guess What It Is. Do we have to guess what the game is called? Asked Leanne. No, sighed Nelson. The game is called Guess What It Is. Oh, play, said Bruno excitedly. Bruno, interrupted Mr. Taylor, the sports teacher. I need your help over here for a minute, please. Mr. Taylor was shuffling left and right cricket pads outside the sports storeroom. I'll be right back, Nelson, said Bruno, walking away. Save me a turn. Nelson looked at Mouse and Leanne. Well, he asked. Okay, sighed Mouse. I'll go first if I have to. How do you play? Nelson put his jumper over Mouse's head. Hey, I can see. That's the idea, said Nelson. You have to guess what something is without using your eyes. He and Leon led Mouse over the sandpit. Henny, Beatrice, and Brooke watched from the monkey bars nearby. Nelson picked up a mildly orange from the sand and put it in Mouse's hands. Guess what it is? Nelson said smugly. Mouse gingered felt the orange. Leon tried not to laugh. Is it a ball? Quizzed Mouse. Nope, said Nelson. Guess again. Mouse squeezed the orange with his fingers, broke the skin, squirting rotten juice everywhere. Ugh, cried Mouse, pulling the jumper off his head. Bits of sand and orange clung to his fingers. Who wants to play next? Said Nelson. Enjoy himself. Leon plays twice. Chapter 2. No volunteered to play Nelson's new game. Go on, Leon, said Mouse. It's your turn. Just don't make it disgusting food, said Liam, nervously putting the jumper over his head. We won't, promised Mouse. He whispered to Nelson as they led Leon over their school bags. Mouse pulled out a dirty footy sock that had been in his bag for weeks. He put it in Leon's trembling hands. Guess what it is? Said Nelson. Nelson was about to guess that it was a scarf until he lifted it near his face. Ooh, it stings. Nelson and the Mouse started laughing. Leon pulled the jumper from his head and threw the sock at Mouse. Correct, said Nelson. That means you get another go. But I don't want another go, cried Leanne. Bad luck, that's the rule, Nelson explained, returning the jumper to Leon's head. Nelson looked inside his bag and found a jumbo lime glue stick. He broke off a large chunk of it and pressed it into Leon's hand. Guess what it is? Leon smelled it. The smell was strong and sweet, but he didn't recognize it. He squashed the glue through his fingers with his other hand. Mouse and Nelson tried to hold in their giggles. Mouse was the first to break. It looks like one of my dad's boogers, Mouse blurted. Liam panicked and tried to unstick his hands. He jumped up and down and shook his head to make the jumper fall to the ground. Nelson and Mouse were having the time of their lives. Ew, moaned Liam, sitting down to scrap the glue from his fingers. Then he suddenly leapt at Nelson and Mouse, yelling, Here comes the booger! Holly makes a guess. Chapter 3. As Leon chased the boys with his outstretched booger hands, he almost ran right into Holly. Oh, hi, Holly, said Leon, wiping glue onto his shirt. Want to play a new game? Sure, said Holly. It's called Guess What It Is, said Lian. You have to guess what something is without seeing. Okay, sounds fun, said Holly. She found Lian to where Nelson said Miles was standing. Miles had something cupped in his hands. Lian covered Holly's eyes with the jumper, and the mouse dropped what he was holding into Holly's hands. Ooh, it feels cool, she said. Guess what it is? Said Nelson. Is it some sort of toy? Asked Holly. Nope, said the mouse, wide-eyed. The thing in Holly's hand stirred. Hey, it moved! She gasped. Yes, quickly guess! Cried Lian. I don't know, Holly said. Maybe, Then the object shifted again before leaping out her hands completely. Holly pulled the jumper from her head. A frog! You made me hold one of the science lab frogs, she screamed. You should have seen your face, said Nelson, very pleased with his work. Bruno's finest moment. Chapter 4. Suddenly Bruno reappeared. Can I still play? Is it my turn? Is it? Sure, said Nelson, not believing his luck. Miles placed a jumper on Bruno's head. Now all you have to do, Bruno explained Holly, is guess what you're feeling with your hands without looking at it. You bet, said Bruno excitedly. This sounds like a great game. Bruno stood still in the playground. The others moved away a few steps to whisper about what they would give Bruno. Maybe an old peanut butter and ice cream cheese sandwich? Perhaps some used chewing gum from Nelson's pocket? Without anyone noticing, Bruno wandered away with the jumper still over his head and his arms in front of them, like a zombie. Suddenly something blocked his path. Bruno touched it with his feet first and then with his hands. It was down low, near one of the new playground benches. Nelson, Lee, and Holly looked up to see what Bruno had found. They froze in horror. Bruno began to run his hands all over the thing. It's breathing, he observed, and kind of big around the middle, like a barrel. It feels like a dog, but pets aren't allowed at school, Holly gasped. Nelson spoke very slowly and clearly. Bruno, please take off the jumper. Do it now, Bruno. You gotta see this. What's this? This is wait a second. But I haven't guessed what it is, replied Bruno. Just give me a second. Bruno squeezed the object. There's only a bit of hair on top, and there's a big flush nose. It might be a pug dog, but the body and the hair are too big for a pug dog. Let me just check its tail. Don't think so, announced the thing that Bruno was feeling. Take the jumper off your head at once, Bruno. It was a professor. Oh my gosh. Bruno took off the jumper to find Mr. Dapple, Plunkett Street's principal, who had bent down to check the new playground benches. Is there anything you'd like to say, Bruno? Asked Mr. Dapple, standing up. I really like dogs, stammered Bruno. Oh, especially pug dogs. Pug dogs are my favorite dog. Do you have a favorite dog, Mr. Dapple? Mr. Zapple didn't answer Bruno's question, but he did give Nelson, Lee, and Holly and Bruno something to do for the rest of the lunch. Guess what it is? It's a very old game, but my personal favorite, said Mr. Zapple. It's called Pick Up Papers. Pick Up Papers. Today I read the story. Guess what it is? Okay, bye.